What did you make of that performance?
I think first of all, you have to give big credit to Eddie Howe. You know, he didn't get over respect PSG. The way they pressed from the front, I thought Gordon and Almiron set the tempo, and you could see from the first 3-4 minutes the fans fed off that. Gordon chased one down and went out for a goal kick. The fans are all cheering, and he set the tempo. And the longer the game went on, it was as if Newcastle's players started to think as well, these aren't all that. You know, you get 2 or 3 bodies around Mbappe and Dembele. I said it yesterday. That's probably what they would do. And the rest of the team look average. Ramos, Muani, they'd done nothing in the game. And I think he's got to give credit to the tactics of Eddie Howe. And you could tell they were organised. They were confident that they could get the result. And we talk about possession and we talk about stats not meaning anything. 73% possession for PSG. But Newcastle 8 shots on target, PSG 2.
Yeah.
So it just shows possession they had was Marquinhos passing it to his centre-half partner, Hakimi passing it around the back. Newcastle's tactics were perfect. Sit back, press at the right times, and go and score goals.
Yeah, I always think the possession stat is a skewed one because it never tells you is that offensive or defensive.
The goalkeeper has the most of the ball. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. I mean, it was a brilliant victory and a fantastic night. You could sense, if you weren't there, as I wasn't, obviously, but you could sense the atmosphere. You could sense the anticipation and the excitement about what was being seen on St James's Park.
The tactics, though, Natalie, from PSG, they four attackers. At one stage, there were 4 of them in a line. I feel like, is that disrespect from Enrique? Was he thinking this was going to be a stroll in the park?
Yeah.
Because the way Marquinhos got the ball and come inside, tried to dink it over Bruno heads it down, Isaac shoots and Almiron scores afterwards. It was like they thought it was going to be a stroll in the park. Let's play 4 attackers. It's going to be an easy game, not knowing what the tempo, the atmosphere is like at St James's Park.
It was not like that at all. As you say, I mean, they gave the ball away so cheaply, PSG. And as you said, that first goal in particular from Marquinhos trying to play it out, if you like, was easily intercepted by Bruno. And then they went on to open the scoring early doors. I mean, a lot of focus is on Kylian Mbappe, as it always is when it comes to PSG. I don't know if you've seen this stat. He accumulated 0.02 expected goals last night, which was 0.26 less than Dan Burn.
Oh, wow.
So, as I say, so much is always focused on him. What did you think of his performance? And I know before we came on, we talked about it, and you mentioned it already. Clearly, Eddie Howe knew he's a threat, like he did with a number of those players in that team, of course. And it did seem as at any moment he got on the ball, they swarmed around him, Newcastle.
I think when I watched the game, I actually felt sorry for him because every time he got the ball, you could tell he wanted to take players on.
Yeah.
But he had that many players around him. There was no space to knock it past anyone because you had cover. And when he passed it off, it was other players that weren't doing enough with the ball. You know, if Mbappe's got 3 players on him, pass the ball quickly, and then can Ramos do something? He done nothing. Muani done nothing. That was the problem. It was like, let's keep Mbappe and Dembele doubled up on, but the other players didn't help Mbappe or Dembele. So it's one of them games. I wouldn't be too harsh on Mbappe because if you actually watched the game, what more could he have done? Newcastle was so good defensively, got bodies back.
I suppose the problem with Mbappe is that sometimes he just looks disinterested.
Yeah.
And it seemed a little bit like that last night. And obviously he was one of the first off the pitch, which in a way I don't really have an issue with that.
Raining.
Well, and also, I mean, they've just been hammered. He doesn't really want to stay out there. Obviously, he should acknowledge the away fans because they were there in their thousands, obviously. But also, like I say, because he's always the one that's singled out, maybe he's just thinking, I need to get off this pitch because I'm just going to get it in the neck anyway.
I think as well, you know he doesn't want to be there.
Well,
he wants to be at Real Madrid, doesn't he?
This is the other issue as well, isn't it? Do you feel there's an element of him sulking because of what's gone on?
From watching him yesterday and looking at his body language, he looked like a player that's frustrated at maybe his teammates. They kept giving the ball away. They couldn't find him. Whenever he was marked, someone else would get the ball, give it away. He looked frustrated at how poor his team is, and there's a reason why they've got 12 points from 7 games. Normally, you'd expect them in their league to have 19, 20 points from 7 games. They find it quite easy in that league. They've got 12 points from 7 games.
Yeah, they're in 5th.
It's not clicking for Enrique, and I don't think it helps himself, the manager, with playing 4 attackers like he did. I think disrespectful to Eddie Howe, Newcastle.
Yeah, okay. As I mentioned already, we'd love to hear from Newcastle fans this morning. How are you feeling about that victory then, and how do you think you're going to fare in the rest of this Champions League? Can you go as far in this competition like the final, for example? Maybe you've got your say on this one. 03717 223344, and you want to express it to us this morning. We'd love to hear from you. Jake is a Newcastle fan. He's called up already. How you doing, Jake? Congratulations on a massive
Jake.
win.
Morning, guys. You all right?
Yes, very, very well. What did you make of that then?
Absolutely unbelievable. One of the best nights I've ever had at St James's Park.
Oh.
I still haven't been to bed yet. I'm on my way back from work. So I went to the game, dropped my son off at home, and then went straight to work for a night shift.
Oh, Jake, wow. Good on you. What was your
I'm still buzzing.
Oh, I can imagine. So in a way, you wouldn't have slept if you'd gone home, probably. What was your anticipation like ahead of the game? Were you confident that you were going to beat PSG, as comfortable as it ended up being?
I know when we play at home, it's like a fortress, you know. Like, we can beat anybody on the day at home. Saw the lineups, I was a bit nervous, but as soon as the kick-off started, we played exactly like you said there. We didn't give them any respect. We just played exactly how we normally play, and obviously got the amazing result in the end.
And what about the atmosphere? Tell us what that was like.
I had goosebumps most of the game, to be honest.
I bet.
Hearing that Champions League anthem was just it was a special moment, especially for my son. My son's 9-year-old. He's never experienced anything like that. So, yeah, amazing moments for our family, definitely. Memories forever.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Well, listen, Jake, appreciate you calling us. Thank you very much. Wow. Dreamland for most Newcastle fans, I'm sure.
Yes.
They've got Borussia Dortmund next in the Champions League. That one at home later on this month. There's a double header, of course.
I think they can win every home game.
Yeah?
Yep, I really do. I feel that last night, what they showed, you know, they're on the front foot. And they've got some dangerous players. I think people are going to underestimate how good Newcastle are. And they'll find out when they visit St James's Park.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.